At the time, it was 1967, and Peanuts was, of course, a huge success on the market. It was around the time of the Apollo missions, and they actually named one of the modules Snoopy. The first characters I ever made were out of plywood, and I inherited from an old fella an old scroll saw or saber saw, and I drew them out, cut them out, and painted them. As they got bigger, we would bring them out in pieces, and we started growing on the front lawn. And it was about in 1981 Santa Claus came to visit us the very first time. He said he'd been flying over and seeing it for years, and he stopped by and decided that he'd like to come and play. So for Santa, we needed more than just a lawn chair. So I built a small stage, just a little 3-wing thing, so he'd have a place to sit and people would line up. And then the next thing you know, I built a bigger one and a bigger one and a bigger one. And people would say, "Oh my Lord, I forgot my camera," over and over and over. What a beautiful picture with I wish I had that. So I had the inclination to do it 4 or 5 years before, and I finally ran into a friend of mine who got involved in digital cameras, and the technology came around and at a cost that we could afford. So we gave out 2,200 pictures the first year. When I first started out, I never thought it would last this long. I was concerned about the financial burden. I'm older, I can't do as much as I used to. It is true when they say God closes one door, He opens another. And He closed the door over on the Santa Ana Avenue place. I was absolutely devastated thinking about how many people I let down, and then the city reached out to us, and now we're over here, and now we have community booths. We have a stage for performance. We have the city providing the photographs. We have a train ride that's free for the kids. When the lights go on now, this becomes Main Street. We hear all the time that people say, "Oh, my parents used to bring me here, and now I'm bringing my child." In fact, we are now hearing, "I'm bringing my grandchild." We used to have a saying that all of the hard work, all of the money, all of the expense is all paid for, and we're all dead tired. You throw the lights on, and the first little child that giggles and laughs, snorts and puffs, the debt's paid for the year, and you live for that moment. That's all I can tell you. There is something special from the Lord above on top of us when the lights go on.